well, when are we publishing this? I'm deciding if I'm saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year or just Happy New Year.
Both, I think.
Yeah, okay. Hello everybody, I'm Anna.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're the Two Mythical Unicorns, and today we're doing a 2020 book tag. Year of Disasters.
An original tag!
Yeah, because this year has been an experience. So we thought we would award it with its own tag. We will put all the questions. It's not really questions, but
The prompts!
yeah, down below. We'll just get right into it.
Yeah.
So first up we have January. And in January we had the Australian fires.
Right.
For that we have name a book and a character where the character wants to burn the world down.
I had trouble with this one. I had to take this like the last one. Because I was like, if I'm thinking of a character that's like wants to burn the world down, they don't want to like rule it. They want to just destroy.
Yeah.
They have no reasons. And I was like, I chose a university book.
Yeah.
Othello by Shakespeare. And the character who's a fucking annoying little bastard
Yeah.
is Iago. Who just destroys for no reason at all. He just destroys it all.
I went with Darrow from Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and yeah, he's in the lower social status, and then his wife dies, and he infiltrates, and he just wants to make the others pay. Next up we have February. And COVID became a thing we all knew about. Like, it wasn't just something far away on the news, it was in our lives.
Yeah.
So for that one we have name a book where some sort of a disease is important to the plot, or is prominent, or yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've not read anything with a disease. Because I was thinking like something that spreads widely
Yeah.
and stuff. And then I realized cancer is a disease.
Yeah.
The Fault in Our Stars by John Green.
Disease can also be mental.
True.
So I went with Whisper to Me by Nick Lane. Because the main character, she has some mental issues.
Right.
March. Quarantine. Yeah. So for that one we have name a book where someone is confined in some way.
But I ended up choosing More Than This by Patrick Ness.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, because they are confined, because they have no clue where they are.
Or how to get out.
How to get out of there or anything. So
Yeah.
that's the one.
I went with Shatter Me.
I was thinking of it now.
Tahir Mafi. Because she's in
In
prison.
the beginning,
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah. So, ta-da!
Done.
And next up we have April. And that is when Trump told people to inject bleach or consume bleach because that kills bacteria. Yeah. So for this one we have name a book where there is a leader that is batshit crazy.
The Final Empire. Brandon Sanderson. The Lord Ruler.
Yep. I went with Prince of Thorns by Mark Lawrence. Because, yeah, he just goes on a rampage. And then we have May. And George Floyd was murdered, and all the Black Lives Matter protests started. For this one we have a book where name a book where there's racism.
Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. know if I pronounced that correctly, and I apologize. This is a book that takes place both in America and Nigeria, and it follows a girl who moves to America and experiences a lot of racism, just generally, and writes about it on her blog, which is actually very cool to read. So there's like blog posts in the book of her like having just general meetings with people and being like, why are they treating me this way? It's very, very good.
I went with Noughts and Crosses by Mallory Blackman, because I mostly read fantasy, so the sort of racism that I read about, it's about different species. Like the elves are treated unfairly, or the downworlders, or whatever, but seldom it's people against people. So yeah, that was sort of what I had to go with. Next up we have June, and in June Hong Kong national security law was passed. Yeah, so for that we have name a book with an oppressive society.
Noughts and Crosses. Mallory Blackman.
Yeah. That's true. I went with The Pledge by Kimberly Durden, and that's to the point. So they speak different languages depending on which social status they have. So you can
can't even understand each other.
No. And we have July. And there were landslides in many parts of Asia. Name a book where the main character loses its footing because the world or the society is not what it seems.
Right. I went with The Giver by Lois Lowry. This is a dystopian from I think it's from the year we were born, 93. And it's very good. It's about a young boy who's like sort of thrust into the real part of the world of this society that doesn't work how he thought it was gonna work. And it's really, really, really good.
Yeah. I went with An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. And yeah, she's sort of first in the world of social media and completely loses herself there when she gets some fame. Yeah. And then we have August. And there were a lot of weddings cancelled during the summer and August, including mine.
Because of COVID.
Yeah. Fingers crossed for next year. Okay? And then there was an explosion in Beirut, in the harbor, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and that's not good. So for this one we have name a book where a relationship blew up and it broke your heart.
Allegiant, Veronica Roth.
Yeah.
I can't. If you haven't read it, I don't want to spoil it. I hate this book.
Me too. Yeah. I guess. I did not take it as literal.
Spoilers.
I went with Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, and with Selena and Dorian, because that was the breakup that I thought was the most sad in that series. There are more. There are worse. But yeah, that one was like the first sad one.
Oh.
So then we have September, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. So for this one we have name a book with a strong independent female character.
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. V.E. Schwab. Because can you get more independent?
Yeah. That's a good one. It's a good book too.
It's very good.
I went with Karen Murphy from the Dresden Files. Because she's a badass cop that doesn't care about what anyone else thinks. Yeah, she is very, very independent and badass. And yeah. And then we have October, the second wave. So name a book that takes place close to the ocean.
Now,
Yeah.
I looked through my shelves and was like, I have nothing that is set by the ocean. Nothing. So we ended up in the ocean. And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness. This is a book from a whale's perspective.
Yeah.
It's essentially Moby Dick told from the eyes of the whale.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
I went with Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, because they are on a boat.
Makes sense.
For quite a bit of the book.
Yeah, there was no seaside towns. I was like, no.
Whisper to Me is a seaside town, but I had already used that one, so I had to come up with another one. And I mean, a boat is closer than the town.
Yes. Interpretations. Mine is literally in the ocean.
Yes. Then we have November, and November was the warmest November ever measured, which is not good for the climate.
No.
For that we have name a book with a heartwarming story. We need some happiness.
For this one, I picked The Miracles of the Nami General Store by Keigo Higashino. Japanese.
I'm not the only one butchering Japanese on this channel
We're
anymore.
so sorry. And this is a book that sort of, it centers around a general store. And the people who go in there realize that there's letters sent to it from the past. And then there's different, like, you follow different people and it sort of all comes together, and it's so good and it's so nice.
I went with What If It's Us by Becky and Adam Silvera, because that is the most heartwarming story that I've read to date. So I'm sticking with that one. It is not the first time I've said this one.
I was gonna say Aristotle and Dante discovers the secrets of the universe, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna choose something else.
And then the last one, December. There is still a fucking pandemic that never ends. Okay? So name a book series that went on longer than it should have.
Every trilogy ever. But in particular, Hush Hush by
Damn it!
Becca Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I could change mine to noughts and crosses.
Oh yeah.
But I felt like I've said so many bad things about that already. I thought I would switch it up. But yeah, I guess I'm sticking to it. Because the first one is great. The next ones suck.
Yeah, don't read the rest of it. Just don't.
No. But yeah, we agree very strongly that Hush Hush at the time was great.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Perfect. Could have ended there, honestly.
The second one is still good.
But there's no point in continuing the story, technically.
No.
It could have ended with the first
and
one.
it goes
horrifying for the next two.
Yeah. And not as in horrifying, scary, or horrifying,
No.
as in very, very bad.
Yeah.
We are so mean. That was our 2020 book tag, A Year of Distasters. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do that. And a happy new year.
Yay!
Bye!
Bye!